The two pieces of news that just broke left Steelers fans in shock. First, Aaron Rodgers received a major revelation he didn't expect. Then, just when everyone thought GM Omar Khan was done with his offseason moves, there are hints of more reinforcements on the way, with big names being considered. The season hasn't even started yet, and the mood is already ripe for decision-making. If you're a true Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any news. Let's watch the video. Here's the scoop, NFL family. The Steelers made waves by snagging Aaron Rodgers this offseason, and people around the league are buzzing. Pittsburgh had its eyes on re-signing Justin Fields, but when he jumped to the Jets, and the notion of bringing back Russell Wilson didn't click, they switched gears. Enter Rodgers. The four-time MVP kept teams guessing for 3 months before finally signing on just before mandatory minicamp. Now I get it. Rodgers is 41, fresh off a 2024 comeback from an Achilles tear that sidelined him much of the year. That said, he still showed flashes of magic with the Jets. With a stout Steelers defense behind him, the hope is simple. Could this be the quarterback who finally brings playoff success back to Pittsburgh? It's been 9 long years since their last postseason win. Here's what insiders like Albert Breer have picked up. Scouts from across the league watched Rodgers closely, especially in the late-season tilt against the Dolphins and that Jacksonville game. They came away impressed. According to Breer on the Ryan Russillo podcast, he still has a lot of it. There's not a huge decline in skill here. That's no small praise. In those 2 games, Rodgers threw 7 TDs, only 1 interception, and posted QB ratings north of 110. For a guy his age and coming off a serious injury, that's damn encouraging. What's even more interesting is that Rodgers wasn't just a one-and-done suitor. Teams like Minnesota, New York Giants, and Cleveland all reportedly kicked the tires when word got out he might hit the open market. In the end, Pittsburgh got the commitment. Executives and coaches around the league are openly saying he hasn't lost much zip on the ball. That's significant. Here's why Pittsburgh might be the perfect fit. Rodgers' year in New York was chaotic. Coaching staff fired mid-season. Davante Adams shipped in around the trade deadline. It got messy. But here in Pittsburgh, things look stable. He's already been throwing routes with the Steelers' skill group, and training camp is right around the corner. No unexpected shakeups, no locker room drama, just football. Throw in weapons that match or potentially exceed what he had in New York, and you've got a recipe for success. If Rodgers shows up playing at that 110-plus QB rating level consistently, if he can recreate those late-season sparks, we're looking at a Steelers team that could truly surprise folks in the AFC. No hype, just the real deal. Rodgers might be older, but the arm, the mind, and the swagger, still very much alive. And if you thought Rodgers' arrival was already a big deal, hold on tight. New signings could happen at any moment, and there are big names in the mix. If you thought Omar Khan was done playing GM chess this offseason, think again. The Steelers have already pulled off some serious headline-grabbing moves, but according to insider Mark Caboli, Pittsburgh's front office isn't done dialing up the heat just yet. Let's rewind real quick. The offseason kicked off with a bang when the Steelers traded for DK Metcalf, then scooped up Aaron Rodgers on a 1-year deal that could hit $20 million. But that was just the warm-up. The Steelers flipped Minkah Fitzpatrick to Miami and brought in shutdown corner Jalen Ramsey and tight end Jonnu Smith. Then they locked up TJ Watt with a record-setting extension, making him the highest-paid non-QB in NFL history. That's a wild stretch by any front office standards, but apparently the fireworks might not be over. Cabally believes more moves are coming, especially at safety. Right now, the depth chart has Deshaun Elliott, Juan Thornhill, and veteran special teams ace Miles Killebrew holding it down. But while Ramsey could moonlight at free safety, Cabally says a true addition is likely on the way. I think they will acquire a safety at some point, he said, short, sweet, and sending up every fan's bat signal. The whispers aren't just about safety, though. The wide receiver room has some question marks, too. Sure, Metcalf is the alpha, and Calvin Austin III is speedy and promising, but depth is thin. And that's where names like Amari Cooper and Gabe Davis start swirling. Cooper, now a 5-time Pro Bowler, didn't exactly light it up in 2024 after that in-season trade from Cleveland to Buffalo. Still, he's a proven vet who could slide into WR3 duties behind Metcalf and Austin. He'd also be a perfect mentor for the young guns like Roman Wilson. Then there's Davis, who shined with Josh Allen in Buffalo, but didn't hit the same stride in Jacksonville. He visited the Steelers earlier this offseason and left a strong impression. If Khan wants a steady, playoff-tested WR with a nose for the end zone, Davis fits that bill perfectly. And let's not forget, training camp is knocking on the door. The clock's ticking, and Pittsburgh still has the cap space and flexibility to pounce on the right deal. Ramsey at safety? Still possible. A new wideout to round out the group? Highly likely. Bottom line, this isn't the end of the Steelers roster shakeup. With Khan at the controls, anything can happen, and based on what we've seen so far, bold is the name of the game. Buckle up, Pittsburgh. The offseason's not done cooking yet. Rodgers could be the missing piece, and with Khan working his magic behind the scenes, the Steelers have become an unpredictable team. If these moves come to fruition, it will be a shock for their rivals. Subscribe to the channel.